Hello everyone, this is Between Helix and Hell and this is a Sims 4 speed building video. It's been quite some time since I did the Sims 4 video, since I did any videos. And it's been a long time since I've built anything in the Sims 4. This building is going to be the first in a Newcrest building series. Since Newcrest came out, the empty town, I didn't have any time to do something with it, and ever since I came out I just wanted to fill it up and make a really nice town out of it. So this is going to be the first building in that series. I will upload a lot more. The first half of the town is going to be a modern kind of neighborhood, because I really love modern buildings, and this is going to be a modern building as well. And then I want to make kind of a more chic, preppy town with old Victorian houses maybe, to make up the other side of Newcrest. And I want to make that a lot more chic and more uptown, while this is more the casual kind of the village. So that's the project I'm going to do. I hope you follow me while I'm doing that. I know it's been a long time since I've uploaded any video. That's because, at the end of last school year, I had a really busy time. Had a lot of homework, lots to do. It wasn't sure I was going to pass. So, I had many things on my mind, and playing Sims was not one of them. Well, I wish it was, but I really didn't have time to do any buildings, any let's plays. I was just, living my life, trying not to fail at anything I do. You know how it goes. I bet you have the same situation going on at some time. I'm sure. Yeah, but after school was over, I went on quite a long holiday with my boyfriend, with Michelle, for 4 weeks. Actually, we went with my parents because that's cheaper, because we're both students. So we went to France a week, with the car, and we went camping there, and we went canoeing and did all kinds of fun activities. We went to visit lots of old medieval towns and a lot of sightseeing. We went to Lascaux, to the caves. The prehistoric caves, so that was really nice to see. I was really impressed. And after that we went to Spain, to the coast area of Spain, in a neighborhood of Barcelona, and we had there 2 weeks of just chilling on the beach and having a good time in the sun. So that was really nice, really relaxing, and I enjoyed my summer very much, because the summers in my country, in the Netherlands, we don't really have summer here, because if you have 3 nice days, then the 4th day is going to be, a thunderstorm. It can't be nice weather for more than 3 days in this country. So that's why we went away. And when we got back, we both got really sick, my boyfriend and I, really bad cold. So we were just, trying to get healthy and all of that stuff. But now we're both okay. School has started again. I went to college this day, and now I'm finally getting around to doing some more videoing. Videoing, that's not even a word, but you know what I mean. I can build some things, and I can play The Sims again, so I'm really happy. With this house I'm going to take a lot of time. I think in total I built over 5 hours on this house, and that's a lot. I didn't even notice that I spent so much time building this, but when I was editing this video, I thought to myself, whoa, that's so much time. So this video will be split into, I think, 3 parts, because I can't upload a 1.5 hour file to YouTube, because first, my computer is not going to survive something like that, because I have a really bad computer. That's why the specs in my Sims game will not always be as good as I want them to be. But that's the first reason, and the second reason is because I don't think people are willing to watch a video that long. But yeah, okay, so I'm just figuring out the shape of the building, as I said before. It was difficult for me, because whenever I'm building kind of a modern house that's kind of a box-like shape, I don't want it to be really boxy. Do you know what I mean? It's not, well, it shouldn't look like just a square or just squares on top of each other. It should be a nice house with interesting things going on. So yeah, I took a long time figuring out how to do that and make it look like, well, one house and not cubes stacked on each other. And I got my inspiration from Deligracy. I really love her building videos, and yeah, she's doing a great job with the modern houses. So maybe you recognize some of the things that I'm building here that you've seen before in her builds, but she is an amazing builder in The Sims 4, and I wish I was that good. But I think in the end I did a pretty good job as well. I think it turns out really nice. But because of the half walls, which were new, and I hadn't tried anything with the half walls before, because what I said, I was away for a long time. Yeah, I went all out. I wanted to try how that was, playing with those. But because you can put them on top of the ceiling, on the rooftop, yeah, I really want to fill in the space, fill in the ceiling of the roof, but that isn't possible. So that's kind of difficult, because yeah, you want it to be kind of flat actually, and now it's more of a fence around the roof, if that makes sense. So wasn't sure how I was feeling about that, but in the end it turns out great. And I think I removed the half walls on top of the upper level of the house, because that was just too much. But yeah, I don't know, I'm here just putting those, I don't even know what those are called. Well, the lining on top of the walls. The windows were actually pretty difficult as well, because I tend to always use the same windows in The Sims 4, and oh well, that are the big open windows that take up the whole wall height. But yeah, those are the windows that look kind of modern, and that's the style I'm usually going for when I'm playing, so I usually use those windows. But yeah, I was kind of afraid that it would be too much, but all the other windows in the game are just too classic for a house like this. So I'll really hope that in next expansion packs they come with more windows like this to have some variation. And in the beginning I used the wooden frame around the windows, because I thought it looked way too wide, but in the end I'll change it back. And I think it was because I didn't paint the outer walls of this building yet when I started. So everything was white, and that was really too much. So yeah, without meaning to, I wanted to add some color, I think, and that's why I did that. But yeah, when I'm coloring the walls, I will realize that it's better to make them just white. I think if you have a different opinion, you can change it if you download this house, because this house will be up for downloading, of course. Yeah, but the shape is done, so I think I'll be going into the interior in a few moments. No, actually that's a lie. I'm going to color the outside walls first before I move into the interior. I always finish the outside of the buildings before I'll do the decorating, because I want to have a feel of how it looks when it's done, and I can only get that if the outside is completed. Because I like to match the interior to the outer part of the house a bit. The landscaping I do last, obviously, because sometimes I want to make some changes to the building because some rooms aren't big enough or are not looking good, or you know, anything like that. So in this case I have to move the complete house because I am unable to put a fence beside it because I'm too close to the well, how do you call that in English? Well, where the land ends. You know what I mean, I can't place a fence there, so that's why I moved the building. In this case, what I did with this building, which is really new for me, is I paid attention to where the bathrooms are going to be in the house. And most of the time I don't, and because I like those large, complete windows, it happens a lot that when I'm building a bathroom, the toilet ends up being right before one of those windows, and then when your sim is sitting on a toilet, the whole world can see him or her doing his or her thing. And yeah, I want to make it a bit realistic, so that's not what I'm going for. So this time I actually paid attention to, you know, making sure that that doesn't happen and that the bathrooms have smaller windows, or at least an option to put the toilet somewhere you can't see. So yeah, I did that. Maybe you notice as well that my windows appear grey, like not translucent, like really opaque, and that is because since I had the Windows 10 update to my computer, my Sims game doesn't play in the higher resolutions anymore. So I'm really annoyed because I know I have a laggy computer and it's really old and I've had it for a really long time. My mother gave it to me when I was still in high school. I think I have this computer for over 6 years now, but yeah, it's a really bad computer for gaming, so I absolutely want to buy a new computer whenever I have the money, but that will take, well, I think a lot of time, because I am a student and I don't have time for a job, and I'm borrowing money from the government, yeah, which I use to pay for food and my rent and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, if I want to buy a computer, I want to buy a really good computer, and a really good computer is really expensive, unfortunately. But you know, maybe someday. The outside of the house is going to be this grey and yellow combination, which is really odd for me because I really detest yellow. I think it's a horrible color. So, but for some reason in this case I thought it looked really modern, really classy and warm. Maybe it's because I am already sad that summer is going to be over soon. But it looked great. It was a great combination, so yeah, I went with the yellow, like kind of yellow accents. Of course I didn't want to make the whole house yellow because that would have been way too much, but yeah, I like how this is looking. Yeah, the pool I placed next to the house is also well, an idea I've stolen from the Literacy, actually, because I always used to make my pools, well, kind of square or round, or just, yeah, in the middle of the garden, like, well, nothing fancy. You mean pool? I mean, a pool is still fancy, but it wasn't looking great. And I saw in her videos that she used to place pools next to walls, and also she likes to make lap pools, and that just looks a lot more chic than just a square pool. I don't know if you know what I mean because I'm rambling, but yeah, I think this looks great. So that's what I did. we're finally moving into the interior now, so you can see how much time I've spent doing the outside of the house. Yeah, I'm going to do something new in this house, and that's trying to use some split leveling. Part of the living area of the house is going to be lower than the rest, you know, by raising the foundation of the house and then deleting that inside the house. But yeah, it turned out great, I think. It's my opinion. Of course, you may think something else, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. Yeah, that's what I've been missing in The Sims 4. In The Sims 3, you could always use constraint floor elevation, well, that cheat, to make different levels in your house. And in The Sims 4, it's very flat. What I also really miss is the train tools, you know, that you can use to raise the garden and that kind of stuff, because everything is really flat, and I really love split leveling. Oh, I've loved that since I was very little. When I was little, when I was in elementary school, my best friend had a pony she looked after, and the owners of that pony lived in kind of a old farmhouse, and it was a really big house, beautiful house, but it was very old and very dark. But the nice thing about it was every room was at another level, so every door you opened, you had to go up some stairs or go down some stairs, or it was just the floor was going down a bit. And every room had multiple entrances, so you could run through the entire house by going through doors, and that was really awesome because we were playing hide and seek, and yeah, you could come in or get out at every side of the room, anywhere you wanted. So I really enjoyed that as a kid, and I think ever since we played in that house, I wanted to live in a split level house because it's just so much fun. And well, yeah, so I incorporated that in this house, and I hope that the Sims games come with some kind of constraint floor elevation in the future. But the half walls are a really good start, and I'm very happy that those are in the game now. Because yeah, you can give it a more playful look, your house. Like what I did in the entrance of this house, and it just makes the house so much nicer. So yeah, but in the meantime, I have been going on into the kitchen, and because I made the outside of the house yellow, I thought, yeah, why not make the kitchen orange? And yellow and orange are two colors I hate. But if you do something, you should do it right. So that's why I use the orange. And actually, before I started this building, I just purchased the Cool Kitchen extension pack and the Perfect Patio. I know I'm not pronouncing that right, but I don't know how to pronounce it. So, but you know what I mean. And Cool Kitchens, I think it was Cool Kitchen stuff, came with all these great orange, bright, no, not only orange, but all those bright accessories. So I wanted to use those, and I think orange and yellow both look very good with grey, and because the house is grey, this looked good, so I went with this. And I have made, it's not such a big kitchen, but it has a cooking island, which I like. And I also incorporated the new ice machine. Well, it's not that new anymore, but it's new for me. And the new countertops. It looks just very bright and very modern at the same time. So I'm happy I made that happen, because sometimes it's very difficult to make a modern house and make the interior very cozy. Well, in the Netherlands we have a word for that. It's gezellig. And that basically means that it's cozy, that you are in good company, that you have a nice time, and that the house just gives some sort of warm, happy feeling, I guess. Yeah, it's cozy, but then without the hugginess, without, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I think it's difficult, I mean, to make a modern house look nice and livable. But by using these bright colors, I think you can achieve that, and I think that this kitchen turned out really nice. Yeah, I also used those new paintings that came with Cool Kitchen, and that's this painting, and it comes in so many swatches, and I'm so happy that this painting came out. I wasn't going to buy this expansion pack, but when I saw that painting or poster, whatever you want, was in it, I bought it just because of that, actually, because I don't think in The Sims 4 there are enough cool paintings or well, decorations, excuse me, for on the wall. There are a lot of paintings, but they are all very classy, or just, yeah, not too trashy, I think. But this is really modern and, well, beautiful at the same time, so that's why I bought it. But now we're moving on to the split level area of the, well, living room. Well, actually this room is one big room, but because I use the split level in it, it looks like there are multiple rooms, but with the openness at the same time. So yeah, if you stand in the kitchen, you can look all the way into the living room, but it's still not one big open space, so I really like that. Only the one difficulty that I had with this was that I didn't want to make the whole room orange or yellow, because one orange or yellow room was really enough for me. I'm more into the cool blue tones, that kind of stuff. So that was difficult because I didn't want make this room orange or yellow, but at the same time I wanted to give it some color, because otherwise it would be very boring. In the end, I'll go with some pink decorations, I think, but yeah, I'll go with some pink. But it was difficult for me to find something that didn't look horrendous in combination with the orange and the yellow, and at the same time match with the colors of the living room, which in the end I will make yellow, I think. Because yeah, I don't know, it was just the best looking color for this house, so all this paint was for nothing, but yeah. And here I'm using the ottoman that came with Perfect Patio, I think, and I tried to combine that with some coffee tables and the, well, display thing from Get to Work, and that looked kind of nice, but because the bottom of the display thing and the ottoman were different, I in the end chose to just use the ottoman, and I think I put a plant in between those, but I'm not sure. And you can just pretend that one of those ottomans is a table on which you can put things, but yeah, I like this. And then of course you see that I put the piano, because that looks kind of chic, but also matches the modern building, I think. So yeah, I really like the look of that. Also, I like pianos in general. I think I put a piano in almost all my builds. Yeah, because I really like piano music. My boyfriend plays the piano, so I think it's a really nice sound. But I myself, I play guitar and bass guitar. No, I can't play the piano, but it looks just so good. So you see, I'm now putting the pinks in, and I think I will be using the same poster, or will I? No, I think I used another pink poster from Get to Work, but I like the big posters. Yeah, because they are almost like a wallpaper, and it it's just such a cool detail. And also you don't have to put lots of shelves or knickknacks on the wall to make it look not so bare. So yeah, that's the in-between area I've just finished. And now I think I'll start with the living room, but then move on to the bathroom first. Yeah, I'm just coloring those walls. And I've took my time with this room as well, because I wasn't set on the colors. This build was difficult for me when I think about it. I had a lot of struggles, but I couldn't decide anything. But I'm very indecisive, so that's just who I am. But yeah, also I figured out that I really like this sink. It's just from the base game, but it's just this wooden kind of sink, and it looks rustic, which I love, because I think it looks kind of chic, but at the same time a little casual. And here you can see, by the way, what I meant with a big window, but an opportunity to hide the toilet, because if you look through the window you can't see anyone sitting on the toilet, you'll just see the sink. So I thought about that. I'm proud of myself. By the way, now I'm thinking about it, this isn't a logical place for a bathroom at all. Because the door to the bathroom is in the living room. And yeah, that would be awkward if you were on the toilet right there and people were hearing you take a pee in a living room. I don't know if this is normal in other countries, but in the Netherlands, there being a bathroom on the bottom floor is not something you see very often. Having multiple bathrooms isn't very common in the Netherlands. You usually have one toilet downstairs and then one bathroom upstairs, maybe with another toilet. But well, yeah, it's not very common to have more than 1 or 2 toilets in a house. And whenever I see people building things in The Sims from different countries, I always see yeah, almost the same amount of bathrooms as there are bedrooms. And I think to myself, is that really how it is? Or are those people just building that because it looks nice, or because it's The Sims and it's, well, it's nice for the gameplay to have it there? I don't know. Let me know if you're still watching this by now. If anyone is still watching this, please tell me if it's common for your country, wherever you're from, if it is normal to have multiple bathrooms. Oh, my accent is so horrible. Yeah, sorry about my accent, by the way. I know that my English is far, far from perfect, and yeah, I don't even know if you can understand what I'm saying, but my English is actually quite good. I can understand everything, and that's because what I'm studying is in English. All the literature I'm reading is in English, and it's just that I never have to speak English. And all the television in the Netherlands is English with Dutch subtitles, and every computer website is in English. So most Dutch people can understand English very well. And because of me studying in English, yeah, I can understand it maybe even better, but I never have to use it actually. I only sometimes have to write in English, and I never ever have to speak in English. So that's maybe why I'm making so many mistakes and can't pronounce a lot of things. But I really want to increase that. I want to become better at it. That's why I'm doing these videos in English actually, because well, whenever I'm doing my masters next year, I will have to speak a lot more English and become much better at it. Yeah, so I just want to have a head start, because it isn't really nice to, you know, understand something and I don't know how to use it. I don't know what it's like. It's like, well, maybe if you see, maybe with playing The Sims, maybe you see a lot of people play The Sims, but you never actually played it yourself. And then when you are playing it, yeah, even if you know exactly how you should play it, but you've never done it before, it will be difficult for you to figure it out. So I think that's with another language as well. So, and that's why I'm really wanting to practice. So I'm hoping you have some patience and ignore my grammar mistakes, because I know I'm making a lot. But I just want to keep talking, because that's really the way to learn, I think. And maybe you can speak in other language as well. Maybe you know how difficult it is in the beginning to speak another language. So thank you if you're still here for keeping up with me. I'm really grateful that you give me a chance. But in the meantime, back to the build. We almost finished the living room. I'm just putting those cupboards right there, and here I'm using the move objects cheat. Actually, I've used move objects a lot less than in other builds, because so many items are removed when you go into playing the game, and I think that's really annoying. So I try to use it not as much. But yeah, that's going to be it for this part. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll stay tuned for the next parts. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye!